In this video, we'll take a look at UI policies with a couple of example ones. On this form, we have a select user field that is not required, but let's say that we want to require it when the state reaches a closed status, closed, complete, incomplete, or skipped. Right-click on the form header, Configure, UI Policies, click New, put in a descriptive title for this policy, and then on the When to Apply tab under Conditions, we're going to select State and say that if it is one of these closed states, that we want this to function. We'll leave the checkboxes as they are, but notice the reverse if false is checked, and we'll discuss that in a minute. Go back up to the hamburger menu and save this policy. Then scroll down. We see the blank UI policy actions related list. Click New. Here's where we select a field that we want this to take action on. In this case, the field is Select User. Is the name of our field. And we want this to be required. We want it to be mandatory, so we're saying mandatory true when the conditions are met for this policy. Notice the options to leave alone the fields. We can make a field mandatory, visible, read-only, or even clear a value. Or for each of these, we can make it true or false. We don't want to necessarily tell it to make the field visible unless we want it to become invisible when this condition is not met. In this case, we want it to just stay visible but not be required. So we're going to leave it alone. That's what the leave it alone does in this context. Click Submit. And now we'll go back to our request. See, the select user is not required, but that if we select a closed state, it does become required. And then if we take it back to an open state like open, it is no longer required. Now back in our form, we've added a couple of fields to demonstrate another UI policy action we can take. We've had a request type field has been added. It includes these options and a corporate campus location. Let's say that the corporate campus location is really only relevant if someone selects a request type of networking. Other than that, we don't really care where the user is located who's filling out this request. Right-click on the form header, Configure, UI Policies, click New, put in a description, and this is going to take action on selection of a field we called request type in this example, when networking is selected. We're going to leave reverse if false checked. Save this policy, scroll down, click New, and now the field we're going to take action on is called corporate campus location in this example. And we want to show it when networking is selected. Because of the reverse if false, that means that it will not show, it will be invisible when that is not selected. Click Submit. We'll go back to our form. Notice that the field is not there, is not visible. If we select other options, it's not visible, but if we select networking, corporate campus location is visible as we wanted. And if we unselect networking, it becomes invisible again. Thank you for watching this finite video.